It's likely that at least one person's Tinder date never showed up because they died first, but the person just thinks they got ghosted.
Since spaceships aren't available to everyone yet, the golden age of piracy hasn't happened.
We're very fortunate that the muscles in our hearts don't get tired the same way the rest of our muscles do.
The people who are out and about strolling in the city on weekday mornings without having to worry about work have won the game of life in our capitalist society.
Somehow, after hundreds of years, we still have not found a way to successfully educate children without them experiencing extreme stress.
After the Titanic completely rusts away, there will definitely be conspiracy theories that it never really existed.
It's weird that Alcoholics Anonymous starts with everyone introducing themselves.
The human body is amazing. You can live a relatively normal life with 4 organs missing half your digestive tract and up to half a brain as well.
The purge wouldn't even be interesting. In reality, we'd all hunker down while rich people inside trade a little more egregiously.
Science fiction enabled future generations to be nostalgic about things that didn't end up happening.
Difficult times doesn't create strong people. Only strong people are left after difficult times.
No animal has benefited more from cars than vultures.
You'd think at some point we'd have adapted to find the sound of snoring relaxing.
Most people will go through their whole life without ever directly looking at their anus.
Deaf people will see less helicopters than non-deaf people.
Trees are so effective at creating shade because any sunlight that gets through is energy they're missing out on.
The comfort you feel from suddenly realizing that the grief you hold is love, only in a new form.
Aluminum foil is technically sheet metal.
Impressing a baby feels a lot better than impressing your peers.
Now for a quick break, stay tuned for more shower thoughts. The UFOs might be billionaires from other planets.
As AI gets better, proving you are human will only get harder.
Odds are that many non-judgmental people are not enlightened or kind, but just don't care.
Your job is somebody else's dream job.
Baking bread from scratch from the plant to a finished loaf is a really long and complicated process, and yet in almost every culture humans have had the idea of making some form of bread.
The peanut guy from Planters enslaves other peanuts and sells them as food.
Power without knowledge is dangerous, but knowledge without power is straight up frustrating.
Over the course of history, we have gone from banging rocks together to banging subatomic particles together. I'm Bob Jeffy.
And I'm Lorelei Stewart. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back tomorrow with more shower thoughts. Bye for now.
If you like this podcast, you may like the Daily Life Pro Tips podcast. Improve your life with practical tips in less than 10 minutes a day. Search for Daily Life Pro Tips in your podcast app or check the show notes page for links. This podcast was produced by Klassic Studios. Please see the show notes page for source credits.